All right. Well, welcome to what is today? Wednesday, hump day. It's about what is it? 12:44. Yeah, getting a late start today. I was at home today with my daughter doing her last day of homebound school. The last official day of school for the kids is Friday, half a day, I think, or maybe tomorrow, half a day. I can't remember. Anyway, we finished that up, and now I've got to go up to the Cypress area. And as far as Google is concerned, it says no chance of rain, and the feels like temperature is 105. Yes, I will confirm the 105, but the no chance of rain, I beg to differ. It's raining, and what is it? My weather, or no, sorry, my radar, that one, is sending me notices and alerts saying that there are potential severe thunderstorms today with chance of large hail. But the Google weather app says, yeah, no, that's good. 3% chance of anything going on. Yeah. Okay. Anywho, I'm headed up to the Cypress area to work on a project that's been waiting on me for a week. I need to get that done. Trying to rack out all the work I can get, line it up, knock it down, and conclude all of my stuff by tomorrow end of day, as much as possible. I'd like to leave Friday completely open so I can pack the bikes up. My son is going to go with me on the moto-camping trip up to Jasper, Texas this weekend, so I got to grab 2 full sets of camp gear and bags and mounts and all that kind of stuff, straps, whatever, and get us both set up. So we've got something to sleep in or on. Probably do hammocks. He said he wants to do a hammock this time. All right, I got hammocks. It makes the loadout a lot easier. Which way to go? Yeah, this will be best. Trying to think of my fastest route up that way. Anywho, I have been crunching through some video, trying to whittle down my video queue a little bit. Been posting a lot of stuff over on the QuasiRaw channel, so this might be the first one that I feel is fit for consumption on the primary channel. I've been fairly stressed out, so my attitude and language hasn't really been sanitized much, let's call it that. So I've been putting that stuff over on the Raw channel, less editing for me, and it kind of gives everybody a sense of continuity, or status updates, that sort of thing, for what's going on with stuff in my world. Not that I'm that important, but for anybody that's keeping tabs, try to keep track of what I'm up to, and what events are coming up, and what rides I've done, and where the editing for the videos is coming out, or clogged in the drain, or what's going on. So anyway, that's that. I'll probably put this one on the primary channel if I can mind my manners today, keep my language somewhat sane and clean, and the topics family friendly, let's say. Wake up! Come on the phone, I guarantee it. Pick a lane, dude. What are you doing? See, this is what is so hard for me, to bite my tongue and, keep content family friendly, dealing with people like this. On the phone, totally distracted, not paying attention to what they're doing, where they're going. Just, it's a miracle that they get where they're going and haven't run something over or smashed their car to bits. I'll gripe and I'll rant, but I'll keep my language sanitized. How about that? I'll try. I'll try. I'm a sailor. I'm a sailor. Another one on the phone. Look at this. On the phone. What do you want to bet? What do you want to bet? Yep, looking at the phone. All right, fine. You're going to sit there on your phone. I'll just go around you. On the phone. Phones. Complete distraction and utter disregard for everyone around them. I think that's really when motorcycling became exponentially more dangerous was the advent of smartphones that make stupid people. Just the distraction and fascination with the devices. Mobile phones were bad enough when people started talking on their phones in the car, but at least they didn't have the visual interaction. They were just talking on the phone. You know, you have it up to the side of your head, and yeah, that's a motor coordination problem, but it's not a visual distraction and definite attention splitter, you know. But the advent of smartphones, when that became a reality back in, was it 2013, 2016, whatever, when it really took off, and then social media and everything, where everyone has got 20 different kinds of media pommeling their attention at all times, dinging, ringing, binging, bonging, blasting your earballs out. Just turn it off, man. Mute. I don't dick with mine when I'm riding or driving. I just turn it off. If it's Bluetoothed into my car or my helmet or headset or whatever, sure, I'll maybe hit the button. I'll just reach up and, you know, tap the answer button, something like that, and I'll talk. But I'm still focusing forward. I'm paying attention to the task at hand, which is, you know, piloting the vehicle that I'm in or on, and watching for all the other people that are not paying that same care and attention. But yeah, I just I don't get it. I normally don't even answer the phone when I'm driving. I ignore it. It can wait until I land at the other end. It's not that important. Texting people while you're driving, come on, man. Posting Facebook updates and Instagram and everything else. Now, break. It's not important. Not compared to seriously impacting somebody's life, you know, smashing into them at an intersection or running them over or sideswiping them or one thing or another. These are life-altering events. Just because you had to send a text message or update your Facebook status, you know, come on, really? And then they're never at fault, you know. Oh, it's not my fault. Oh, you know, this one thing or another. Oh, it was somebody else. Or, oh, you know, the phone fell down and I was reaching for it and it was just an accident. No, it wasn't an accident. It was an intentional act. You chose to do that. You could have chosen to not do that, to ignore that distraction, but you chose to interact with it, and it divided your focus and you caused a problem. And saying sorry is not going to fix it. A lot of damage out here. We'll be going kind of sort of toward the wind damage. The news reports are a little bit inconsistent on whether it was wind or tornado, and we're kind of getting both reports. Officially it was a derecho, which is straight line winds that are, you know, long swath destruction kind of stuff. I guess I am going to have to go right. This is dead end, I forget. See, I'm distracted. Long path destruction. It has to be like over 300 miles or 400 miles to be classified as a derecho. But those kind of straight line winds, when they interact with other, you know, ground features and surfaces, they can create vortices, and you get spiraling winds, which are, you know, more aligned with tornado or tornadic type damage. So we're not sure really what it was up here in the Cypress area that caused it, or what happened, if it was a true tornado or just vortices and whatnot. But there were circular winds, and some of it was caught on video, so National Weather Service and everybody is saying yes, there were tornadoes, not just straight line winds. So it's a huge swath of destruction that storm left. 800 miles long. It marched all the way out to Florida. Goodness. Right up off of 290, and well, pretty much where we're going is where the real wind damage started. Just inside of 99, I think, is where the transmission towers, power line towers, were folded over like matchsticks. I'm not going the most optimized route, but I'm just kind of zigzag and meandering my way up here. As long as it's moving and there's not a lot of traffic that's chewing on my top box or my rear tire, then I'm good with that. If I go north, I'll end up on 290 and backtrack just a couple of miles and jump off Hoffmeister. That's where I need to be. Maybe we'll get to see the big transmission towers that are lopped over sideways. They're working on them, but I don't know if they're done yet. Centerpoint has been restoring service to customers pretty quickly, considering the extent of the damage. At one point, we were over 900,000 customers without power, and then within 3 days, they had it down to about 200,000 without power. So they were able to restore service to 700,000 people. It's pretty big. I mean, a lot of that is central transmission lines that are feeding large hubs, you know, large distribution points. So anyway, but yeah, they're getting it done. Yeah, so here's some of it. You can see poles bent over sideways because the wind was coming in almost due east, kind of east-southeast, and it just marched right down 290 into the middle of town. I don't know exactly how wide the gust front was, but I think it was probably about 15 miles wide, just based on where the damage was up there versus back where I am. It's about 15 or 18 miles, so it was a very wide gust front leading that storm, that system, and it just kept pushing, man. It was just being fed by the jet stream, I guess. Crazy winds. I mean, better than hurricane winds and nearing tornado winds. I mean, we're talking 100 to 120 miles an hour winds reported in a lot of areas. So that's, you know, that's EF1, almost EF2 level right there for tornado. And I don't know what it equates to in gale and all that for hurricane strength. But yeah, you get the point. Pretty crazy. Yeah. So that's the area right in here. I'm trying to stay on the road and look at it at the same time. Yeah, so they're putting up new transmission towers out here. There's one folded over back there. And if I could, I didn't have time to look to my left because of the traffic right next to me. But yeah, it's that was the line right there. Part of it anyway that got folded over. And then there were some more further in town on 290. Crazy stuff. But what kind of winds does it take to fold those things down? That's what I'm just baffled, because these towers out here, I can't show you as I point, but those giant transmission towers, those things are built to withstand Category 5 plus hurricanes. So we're talking 200 miles an hour and beyond. And these things got snapped just like butter. So there must have been localized winds in that gust front that exceeded 200 miles an hour. I mean, it's simple logic. I could be wrong, but it tells you that there was something more in that than just 100 mile an hour straight line winds. It had to be higher than that to fold those towers. There could have been a couple of weak towers or something, and the first one goes down and then creates a domino effect, maybe. I don't know, but it's still pretty concerning. How many more of them are out there waiting, you know? So I'll backtrack in about 5 miles, I think it is, to Hoffmeister. Maybe we'll see some more carnage on the road. Everyone always loves a good wreck, right? Can you bring the body a little closer? It's windy up here. I don't know when my nerve issues are ever going to resolve, if they ever resolve. Hands going to sleep, numb, burning. Ugh, sucks. That trip up to Annapolis was definitely a torture marathon for me. I was going to put my 360 camera up here and I forgot. Don't do it. I was going to put my 360 camera up before the trip started and I forgot. That way I'd have, you know, rear facing and ambient and all that. But if I'd had that up there, you would see me just constantly dropping a hand like this, you know, wringing my hands and shaking out my hands and my elbows and shoulders and everything, because it's just the pain and suffering. Definitely nowhere near what I used to be as far as endurance or ability to tune it out. I don't know which, both. Alright, I have arrived. I will take care of my work tasks here for a couple hours or whatever this takes, and catch you for the ride home, hopefully. If it's not just piss and rain and I've got battery for the camera. Alright. Hey, Mike's driving his Mustang today. I'm going to park right behind him. Alright, everybody, welcome back to the day. It is, what, 5:15? Yep, 5:17, 5:18. We're done here. It was a big move. I should have taken pictures. I forgot to take pictures. Basically emptied out a server rack and consolidated a bunch of stuff, get rid of a bunch of old crap, cleaned up a bunch of wiring, and rack mounted a big Dell 2U. What is it? Can't remember what model server it is. Big ass server, but they had a freestanding rack that they did not need. It only had, you know, 3 or 4 items in it. So we just consolidated the stuff and put it in a vertical wall mount rack and reclaimed a whole huge chunk of square footage. Cleaned up a bunch of old wiring, got rid of a couple of old routers, an old server that was sitting there burning heat and power for no reason. It wasn't even used. It's been decommissioned almost a year ago. Anywho, cleaning it all up, done, headed home, gonna feed my kids. My wife is working this evening, or all day today. Hey, look at that tree down. Oh yeah, took out the cable line, check that out. Their internet was out back there, off and on most of the day. That's why. Anyway, wife is gone all day. My son is there. He picked up the youngest from the school, and now they're all saying we're hungry. So we'll go home and feed them. I don't know what we're going to eat. We'll find out. Well, we've got food there, but of course they don't want to cook anything. They want to... Look at the aggression. See the asshole? Yeah, just about had a 3-way accident right there, just because he's an aggressive shite. Anyway, the kids don't want to cook. You know, they're lazy. They want something they can just shovel out of a pan, or fast food or whatever. I'm kind of done buying fast food and eating out as much as I can be. If I'm out working, then yeah, I might eat out, but I don't do the fast food thing. They're still in that. I want McDonald's, I want Chick-fil-A. Ugh. No thanks. It is going to be a long, slow slog through the bowels of Houston. I don't think there's going to be any good way to get down to my neighborhood other than just surface streets and suffer through the rush hour traffic. It's, you know, 5:15, 5:30, right in the thick of it, so it's just going to be ugly. I'll get down here to 290 and just south of 290, and it's going to be a parking lot. I'll probably just take Fry Road all the way down. Not going to be any faster in the other direction I try. And here begins some of the traffic, the heavy traffic. I need to raise my windscreen up. I've got it in the low position because when I was riding in the rain on my trip, I wasn't getting quite enough airflow to keep my visor clean. It was just kind of pooling on my visor. So I lowered it down a little bit, and that helped to blast it away from the helmet visor, but I need to raise it up about 2 inches and get some of the turbulence off of my screen now. Retard. Giving all bikers a bad image right there. Squidding, speeding, cutting through traffic. So tomorrow I've got 2 appointments lined up. Well, 1 appointment, 1 emergency that just popped in this afternoon. I try to knock both of those out, be as productive as I can, and not work on Friday if I can avoid it. Patrick has asked me a couple times if I'm going to be able to show up on Friday, because that's when he's getting there, Friday afternoon, evening, whatever. I don't know yet. If I can't make it Friday, then I'm leaving here at the ass crack of dawn on Saturday morning, but I'll try to get out there for Friday. Just depends on if I can get these 2 issues sorted tomorrow in a reasonable amount of time. Yeah, I think everybody else will be showing up Saturday-ish. Saturday afternoon, evening, and then Sunday, Monday for sure. Neil and Murnell will be there. I need to reach out to Adrian and see what time he's planning on getting out there. He's bikeless now, as far as I know. He, the Super Cub is at my warehouse, and he sold the PCX, so I think he's car camping it. So he could get out there whenever. Hell, if he's anywhere near my timing or my schedule, I could send my extra stuff with him, any like the extra camping gear or whatever, so I don't have to haul it. Whoa, that was close. Holy crap. That gray Camry or whatever it was. What is it with people in this town? Gray Camry shot right in front of this truck, and then this asshole intentionally changes over on top of me, looking at me, does it anyway. Jesus, this city is just insane. Food. What kind of food? Food. We've had tons of smoked chicken, and it's great. I'm not really tired of it yet, but I've had it every day for the last, 3 days, 4 days, since Saturday. That's what I've been eating since Saturday. Smoked, I don't even know how much it was, 22, 24, 26 pounds, something of chicken. Just an absolute ton. Let's see, what is it? It's either 14 or 16 breasts, big breasts per load in my pit barrel smoker, and we did 4 full loads. That's a lot of chicken. Most of it was for the party, well over half of it anyway. And every time people come to our parties, they ask if they can take a bunch home with them, because we'll have just a huge pan full of that stuff sitting there, half chopped and half still full breasts, and people taking plates to go, and hey, do you mind if I take a couple of these to go? Sure, go ahead. They come out really good in that pit barrel. And that thing is pretty much stupid proof. You just set it and forget it. Even if you go too long, you just end up with chicken jerky. But I usually get it up to the meat temp up to 168 to 170. Normally with poultry you want 165-ish, but I usually go just a couple degrees higher than that. Just to even it out, make sure that all of them have gotten up to temp. So I pick a big thick one and kind of a medium one, and set my temperature probes in those, and just kind of watch, and I'll hit a a happy medium between them. Pull them out before they get to 170, but then just put that stuff in the refrigerator or freeze it after it's been smoked and cools down. Oh, it's fantastic. It's good for breakfast, for sandwiches, for pasta, for anything you can think of. I just snack on it by itself. Slice it up a little bit and just sit there and chomp on it. Cool looking sun. All right, well, back in my neighborhood. Home again, home again. Another successful upright commute. Almost not, but because I'm paying attention, I managed to stay upright, much to the chagrin and disappointment of a few cagers around me. So if wifey hasn't made it back home yet, then I guess it's up to me to feed the minions. I'll see what the landscape looks like here. Yep, looks like it's just me. Okay, well, it's food time. I will feed the kiddos, feed the dog. I think the dog's been fed. And yeah. Resume tomorrow for my last work day of scrambling around trying to clear my schedule for Memorial Day weekend. So I bid you all farewell. Thanks for hanging out and tagging along with me. And I don't know which channel this is going to end up on. There were some fun words. Might end up on the Raw channel. We'll see. Catch you later.